On the other side of an interview for maybe the first time, I don't know, Cyril Lehong, Uppercut Promotions, changing from journalist to a boxing promoter. How does that feel?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I just thought it would happen a little bit later in my life. But you know, when my business partner, who's a cousin of mine, he decided to say, why not just do it now? So then, you know, when we found the funding, so we're ready to go. So I was like, I'm excited.
Well, I mean, at this point, like you said, like it's very early, but I mean, you got a really good bull coming up, which obviously is you finalizing opponents, but you got all the sort of main fights sorted out. Sorry, not main fights, but like you got all the fighters sorted out, the main fighters. Are you happy at least that that's on the completion?
You know, it's an honor for me to have the caliber of fighters on my bill that I'm gonna have. When we think about the legendary Heki Butler, you know, it's an honor to just be able to put him on my bill. So I'm excited. Simpiwe Konto is a big name as well, a hell of a champion. So I'm excited. Some really good fighters on the bill. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Are you going to announce the undercard right now, or is that under wraps?
The undercard. We'll give the details of the undercard a bit later, but I can tell you there's some really exciting fighters on the undercard as well. I think I'd rather right now maybe let's talk about the main fight and the main supporting bout, because I believe the undercard fighters also deserve to have a space on their own.
All right, so let's talk about it. Heki Butler is going to come against potentially someone from Asia. You're matching them at the moment. Is that the sort of caliber that you were always imagining bringing in for him?
Yeah, sure. You know, I mean, obviously you can't have just any weak opponent for someone like Heki. So yeah, you got to bring in tough competition. I know it hasn't been. It's been a long time since he was lost in the ring, but you know, he's a champion. So I'm excited about the opponent that it's going to be. We've got an opponent in mind. We just need to finalize it.
And bringing back Simpiwe Konto, I mean, like, it's been 2 years. I mean, the fans have been asking. Being the guy that's going to be the one to do it, were you happy to go ahead with it?
You know, you mentioned that I was a boxing journalist. Before I was a boxing journalist, I was a boxing fan. You know what I mean? And so, as a fan, I looked at the whole thing as a fan. And the first time when I realized that this is when I'm going to have the tournament, Konto was one of the first names I brought up. I thought of, and I mentioned it to Colin, and yeah, here we are. So even before the wave on social media came about, I already had Konto on my mind. So definitely, yeah, it's a fight I'm excited to see again.
On some of the social media groups, there was a May 8th date that was announced for Simpiwe. Obviously, some of the fans had got ahead and heard on a radio station. But is that date confirmed, or is there a change maybe?
May 8th, no, it will happen in May, just not May 8th. We'll confirm the date soon enough. We'll announce the date very soon, but it's not, it won't be on May 8th, but it will be in May.
Do you know anything about crowds or anything like that?
At the moment, it doesn't look like there'll be crowds, but it will be at Boyson's. The fight will be at Boyson's. The tournament will be at Boyson's. Crowds, as you know, we're not allowed crowds at the moment, unfortunately, but yes.
Boyson, so that's one of the best amateur gyms in South Africa. I was going to say Johannesburg, but actually it deserves South Africa. What is the thought behind putting a tournament there?
Oh, it's an iconic gym, as you said. And I went to go have a look at the venue, and it's a brilliant venue. I got to give credit to Riaz, who's looked after it well, who's done a wonderful job with it. And I'm excited to go there. It's almost like there's a spirit of boxing over there. So I'm happy.
And you wouldn't know that Heki Butler obviously boxed out of Boyson. So I think for him, which actually I didn't know before I interviewed him, because then I would have been like, Heki, how does it feel like going back home and boxing? How do you think he's going to feel?
I suppose it's a coming home of sorts for him. So I hope he's going to be as excited about it as I am, because I'm really excited about it.
Does he know?
I think he knows. Yeah, he should know. I think he knows. Yeah, he knows.
He should know. Okay, so that's the homecoming of Heki Butler, and there's a lot of other guys that are there. Trainer Nicky Ness, who's been there for many years, and a lot of other people.
There's also another fight on the undercard who's trained out of Boyson's, who has trained out of Boyson's, and she'll be also going back there.
I think you might have given that one away there, Cyril. I think we all know who you're talking about. But yeah, for the people at home, the Boyson's is an amateur gym, but they produce a lot of professional boxers. So I guess in that respect, it's to pay back.
It's definitely it's to pay back. It's an iconic place, an iconic venue, and you should see. I mean, it's looking beautiful right now. So I'm happy to go there.
I heard it's been under renovation though.
Yes. With the renovations, I've had a look at it. After the renovations, they're just about done with the renovations, and it is looking stunning. It's brilliant.
So first tournament, Uppercut Promotions. I know you can't. I can see on your face you can't hide your excitement for this. Just having it as a first one, are you going to be making how many tournaments this year?
We're hoping for 3. We'll see how things come along. But yeah, we're hoping for 3 tournaments this year.
And they're all internationally?
Maybe not. I mean, I think with this one we were very lucky in the sense that we had 2 world-class fighters available. You know what I mean? Available. But going forward, there could be 1 or 2 international fights as well. But they'll be announced at a later date. For now, for now I'm focused on May.
And you can't say who the undercard fighters are, but I mean, do you plan on working with people who are like that in the future? Maybe bringing them through the ranks? Is that what you're going for, developing?
Well, yes. I mean, I didn't just want to start a promotion just to make tournaments. I want to also help guide fighters. You know what I mean? I think I don't just want to be the type of promoter who's just staging fights, but there has to be, you want to guide fighters. And there's some really exciting fighters going. There's some exciting talent on the bill. So yeah, you can look at it. But we will announce the undercard very, very soon.
Well, I mean, being a journalist, right, you have to sometimes be hypercritical of the boxing scene, and I think you knew this question was going to come your way. It's like, now you got pressure on you. You're going to have people like judging your tournaments, and you're going to have to be able to, as much as you gave it, you have to be able to take it, right? So are you ready for all that?
Yeah, well, you can't get into this position if you're not going to take criticism. I mean, the more you put yourself out in the open, the more the more likely the criticism will come. So it's going to come. I think you just have to be thick-skinned and be ready to take whatever comes your way.
And early days, but do you have a promoter that you look up to?
There's a lot of promoters that I look up to. I think right now Eddie Hearn is probably the best promoter in the world. But there's a lot. I mean, internationally. I mean, you look at Bob Arum. He's been around for so many years and he's still relevant in the game. So, and you look at what Al Heyman is doing as well. It's quite exciting. There's so many. Mr. Hon in Japan. Frank Warren is also brilliant. There's so many great promoters out there. And there's some good promoters locally as well. So. Yeah, I try and take a little bit what's good from everyone, really.
Okay, now I want to ask, where does the name Uppercut Promotions come from?
The name Uppercut? Well, Uppercut, I suppose you people could think of the punch, an uppercut, but we wanted to do, our long-term goal is to promote boxing on an upper level.
Oh, right, okay.
On an upper level, so...
It's uppercut.
So, yeah, the uppercut. So, obviously... Yeah, I know we're starting with a really big tournament, and we want to grow it 5-10 years from now down the line. We would like to have something special, so on an upper level, that is.
So on an upper level. Do you ever anticipate? I know it's long-term goals, and a lot of South African promoters don't have the ambition to promote internationally and overseas and try and make a big go at it. They sit here in South Africa and they just do their thing. Do you have an ambition maybe to go abroad one day?
Well, you can't. I think when you get into something, you want to go as far as you possibly can, and I'd like to go as far as I possibly can. So, yes, as far as I can. Yeah, overseas, let's do it. Let's go. Obviously, but we're building from home first. But eventually, that is the plan.
Because you mentioned Eddie Hearn earlier, and he was primarily based in the UK. Obviously, it's a big boxing hub, so he didn't have to move. But then he went and attacked the USA markets, and now he's in Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Russia, you name it. I mean, those sort of goals, do you have them?
Of course, yes. I'm a fight fan. We'd like to reach as many fans as possible, and get involved in as many championship fights as possible too. So, I'd love to do a world championship fight one day, and that's the goal, and that's what we want to do.
Well, you're getting to know my friend, the journalist Cyril Lehong, but now you're getting to know the promoter. Does your character change now, or do you stay the same?
I'm still a boxing fan. Even before, I mentioned it. So my character doesn't change. I'm still the same person. Although I do understand that, you have to be more business-minded now. I have to be a little bit more business-minded, which I think what a lot of people don't know is that over the last couple of years I've been helping to run other businesses outside of boxing. So it's kind of taught me a thing or two. I know it's very different from boxing, but I've been watching the boxing business for a very long time. So so it's, I guess, the character is still, I'm still the same person. Just need to be a little smarter with business.
Cyril's been in the game for a very long time, much longer than I've been in the game. So, credit to you for obviously taking the step up and becoming a promoter. I think it takes a lot of balls to put it on the line there and go for your dreams. So, all the best on your fight dates. Do you have anything lastly you'd like to say?
I just, the people just look out for us. Look out, we've got a really, really nice card coming, and we're cooking it really well. We've got the legendary Heki Butler on it. We've got the great Simpio Conto on it. So it's a top bill. Look out for us. All the details will be announced in due time, and I really can't wait. So good luck to all the fighters too.